I want you guys to pay attention to the things that you listen to as much as you're paying attention to the things that you're eating. And the reason I bring this up is because back when we were traveling at the airport, I'm lining up with Ellie, my family behind me, and the family in front of me is not healthy, to put it lightly. And there's a dad, two sons. They're dressed in jerseys. They're stretched. Mom's wearing a sweater. Mom was wearing jeans. And I come by just in time for me to listen to the older son and watch him poke his younger brother in the head like this. This guy's probably around 12 or 13, maybe 14. And then the younger son's like, I want to say like 9 or 10. And he's poking his brother in the forehead like this. And he's going, "You're not smart enough to lift weights." And his brother just taking it. "You're not smart enough to lift weights." And he goes, "I'm smarter than you, and I have a permanent health debilitating injury because I lifted weights incorrectly, and now I'm injured for life." And I was like, it doesn't look like you do any exercise at all, let alone being in a weight room with a life deep, like you're standing up perfectly fine. So what I was thinking about though, and what kind of caught me aback from that, was instead of the dad saying, "You shouldn't say that to your brother, that's really mean," something a parent would do, he goes, "Yeah, you should listen to your brother." Like the older brother, like for real? Like it's not my place to step in. I didn't step in. I just said, And I just turned around with Ellie and went back to talking to my wife. But that was an interesting little episode to watch. And so I thought about it though. And if that 7, 8-year-old grows up 35, 36, he might still be overweight. And he might maybe see some videos where it's like, you should go to the weight room. You should lift weights. You should be healthy. And then a part of him is going to go, "Nah, I don't think I can do that," because of that program he got that day. Now, some of you may be stuck there. I know for a fact I was, for example, not very good at Taekwondo. However, I was very fortunate to come across the book Thinking Body, Dancing Mind. Those of you who are new here, don't know who I am. My name's Chris. I've made Philippine national team 7 times. I've made AU national team once. I've made U.S. collegiate national team once. And I fought in various international tournaments. And my highest world ranking was 23. Now, I didn't get there by genetics. And I definitely didn't get there by talent, because you can ask anyone in my childhood, I was definitely not talented. However, I did get there on affirmation, visualization, and action. And I'm here to tell you that if you're worried you have some of that lodged deep into your subconscious, you don't need to go pay a therapist thousands of dollars to go solve it. I keep getting these freaking ads on BetterHelp. Like, I don't know why, because I'm watching motivational videos. Like, that's probably the last thing I'm going to be looking for right now. But anyway, I digress. So the way to do this is think about the end result you want. Say it as I am. So for example, I am fit. You want to be as specific as possible. So let's say I am as fit as Jocko Willink. Okay. Then you need to visualize yourself actually being fit and actually doing things Jocko Willink would do. So I wake up early and I go lift weights, right? But if you only visualize that and you don't actually take action, nothing's actually going to change. Your self-image won't start creating that reality. But if let's say you do that, I'm as fit as Jocko Willink. I wake up in the morning and I go work out, and then you wake up and you go walk around the block, which is something you've never done before. That new self-image starts to cut away at the old self-image. And then you do that again. It cuts away. And eventually, all these little actions and all these affirmations in your head and all these visualizations you've had overtake the old image. The old image gets replaced. This is your new image now. You're someone who's as fit as Jocko Willink. You wake up and you work out. And that's essentially the whole formula. That's how I went from being horrendous at Taekwondo to telling myself that I was going to be one of the best in the sport, and I was going to, and which I accomplished. And it was all just done through affirming through myself that I was going to do that, visualizing I was doing it, visualizing what was going to happen in matches, and affirming as it was happening that I am one of the best fighters in the world. I'm one of the best fighters in the world. And then taking action every day, took action on it. Some days, if it was necessary to rest, then I rested. But that resting action is still an action toward the goal. So for those of you who feel stuck, those of you who are unsure, who know you should be doing something, but you feel like it's not you, and you're like, well, maybe it could be me. Yeah, it could be you. And you don't need to go to a therapist to go find that little deep, like one-liner that someone said to you one time. Just write down what you want, visualize it, and then take action, no matter what it is, what area of life, whatever your communication, and slowly it will start to build the image. Now, the other thing you have to do, though, like I said earlier, is you need to safeguard your ears. If someone says something that doesn't align with it, I got really good at training. Someone said, "Oh, like Chris, you're too slow," or "Chris, I don't know if national team is on the books for you that year." I immediately discredited that, and I went to, "No, I'm going to be on national team. No, I'm going to be on that. Like, I'm going to make national team this year. I'm going to make national team this year," and that's all it takes, guys. Like, it doesn't need to be super complicated. It's simple. Just do it consistently. And two of the three things you can do from a bedroom. You can sleep, wake up, and then go do that. You can do that while you're about to finish a meal. So try to make it nice and easy for you guys. I hope you guys get some value from this. I'll see you guys tomorrow.